can you fill out this form correctly? And are your taxes complicated enough that it's way easier to have TurboTax or something like that do it for you? That's a decision you have to start to make yourself. For me, right now, at the point that I'm at in my life, what I do is I do my 1040 and my other tax statements by hand, and then I do TurboTax, and I see if the numbers line up, and if they line up, then I send in my own stuff. Because TurboTax also has a benefit that I don't have, which is I'm not going to read up on all the new tax laws. Like if there's some new court of credit or something for a teacher that I don't know about, I'm not going to know about it, but TurboTax will. That's their job. And so I basically use the program inappropriately to check my math, and then I send in my own stuff so that I don't have to pay any of the fees. Technically not illegal or not allowed.
If they let the program just do that,
Yeah.
then it's technically not doing it.
It's not, yeah, it's not cheating. And also, it is surprisingly expensive for some reason to do the state taxes, to send those in, compared to the federal taxes. So sometimes it's cheaper if you like look and see how much it is. You'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll spend $40 to send in my federal taxes, but $80 to send in my state taxes? No, thank you. I can do this myself. You know, like, kind of depends on you. Okay, so we're going to start filling this out, but you're going to fill it out as if you're you. Well, do we want to fill it out like it's us, or do we want to fill it out like it's Rosa? Anybody care? Should we do ourselves? Let's do ourselves. All right, here we go. So your first name and your initial. Your last name. Anybody got a weird middle name they want to tell us about? Tell me.
Dean.
Dean. Nice. That was my grandpa's name. Does it have an E at the end?
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely nobody. Look at me. Anybody know their social security number?
I haven't.
Anybody know it? Great. Sam knows it. Sam, do not write it down on this piece of paper. This is homework. Nobody write down their social security number on this. Do not go home and find out your social security number and put it on here. That is a private thing. That is not okay. That's private information. Right. I'm going to put like some number signs in here to tell myself that I would totally be doing this if I could. I actually, when I was a little kid, my parents told me it was very important for me to memorize my social security number, so I made up a song to memorize my own social security number. And no, I'm not going to sing it to you because then you're going to know my social security number. But I still, as a grown woman, whenever I'm thinking of my social security number, I'm like, like I'm singing to myself and doing my own thing. If it was a joint return, here's where you'd put your spouse. So here's where I'd put Bo's name and his last name, and then your address goes next. I live on Skyline Drive, now you know. I'm in Winona. You guys are in Lewiston or maybe Stockton. And you got to put in your zip code. It says if you also have a foreign address, you also complete the spaces below. That's maybe if you live in another country as well. Also make sure that you check off the top. I'm going to write down that I am married filing jointly, but you should probably check off that you are single. Yeah?
Do you have a permanent address?
Right now?
Yeah.
No. You can write down a fake address if you want to, but write something in there. You can write 123 Fake Street if you want to. Okay. The final thing we're going to do today, I would also have my spouse's social security number in here, and then I'd have Bo's name right here if I was going to be doing my actual taxes. And then the last thing over here, it says presidential election campaign. Check here if you or your spouse, if filing jointly, want $3 to go to this fund. Okay, this does not pick the presidential candidate that it will be going to. This just talks about would you like some of your money to go basically towards politics and election campaigns, and you can say no. And if you say no, what do you check? Nothing. You check nothing if you don't want it to. I could say absolutely not, and my husband could say absolutely yes, and I'd check it for him or whatever. But if you do not want your money going there, you do not have to write anything like that. Okay, we've only got a few minutes left, so I'm going to stop.